Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. On this channel, we cut through the hype and the noise, and I give you the non-biased information you can use to hopefully capitalize on the biggest opportunity in history. And I truly believe that this is the best time for the average person to change their financial future in this bull run. That's why I started this channel. That being said, I don't always tell you what you want to hear, and people don't like that. Well, guys, I'm going to recommend highly that you start taking your money and your crypto investing a lot more serious. It's go time. Now, I believe we're about a third of the way through the bull run. Some people are saying we're halfway through the bull run. But either way, I believe that the decisions you make and the positions you put on and the tokens you stack between now and probably the next, we probably have about a year. And that's where the money's going to be made. So the good news, every day we're not in altcoin season puts us closer to altcoin season. And I believe with just a little bit of luck, this could be the biggest thing the world's ever seen. Now, I can't be more bullish, but I'm gonna rant a little bit about before we dive into Jasmy. I'm gonna rant a little bit, but it's a lot of alpha, and I really think it'll help you. And then we're gonna get serious and have a real conversation about Jasmy. Is it time to stack or whatever? And we're gonna take a look at the charts and things like that. But anyway, hit that like button. Let's dive into Jasmy. Now, for me, I I bought Jasmy, I don't know, over a year or so ago, and I sold a little early. I actually sold about where it is right now, but I did that like at the first of the year. And then I watched it go higher. But guess what, guys? I locked that profit in. I put it on the side. And now I can buy the exact same position. Now, one thing I teach in my coaching, and it works for me, and I just want you to consider is think about the difference in whatever you did and what I just told you about. Now, this isn't bragging about me whatsoever. If I wanted to brag, I would have sold out at the absolute top, and I didn't. However, think about the difference. Let's say you have $10,000 in Jasmy, and then you make a 2x, and you take all the profits, or at least a lot of the profits. Well, now, 3 or 4 months later, you have double, triple your money sitting in a stable coin. That's the way it works in crypto. And people, for some reason, don't want to take profits. And that's what I want to rant about. This is why I don't believe people want to take profits. And this is why I think you are getting wrecked. It's the people you listen to. Because, guys, most people just want to grow their channel. They'll tell you anything. And quite frankly, I don't think they're even qualified. And that's why people get wrecked. They tell you what you want to hear, and you believe it, and you FOMO in. Now, I'm going to give you an example. Check this out. And I don't want to harp on this guy. I don't know this guy, but I found this doing my research. And here's why it bothers me, not only for you guys. I'm a big boy. I'll figure it out. I have the time to do the research. But when I do research for like this project, it takes me literally at least an hour, if not 2 hours, to cut through just the straight up BS. And you don't know who's lying to you or who's, you can't trust when you see some headlines, right? Whether that's on Twitter or YouTube or whatever. But guys, once you have some facts and some good information, you understand how everything works, you realize, I'm telling you, 9 out of 10 people in crypto with channels like this are wrecking you because they're either dishonest or they're not qualified to even tell you. They talk about doing their research, or they show you the charts and they get you to FOMO in, and you believe them. Next thing you know, you're down 30%. Now hear me out. I'm going to give you an example. As I was researching for this video, come across this guy. Look at this. 4 days ago, and then 2 days ago, and today he's done multiple videos. Look at this. Jasmy Coin will make crypto millionaires soon. Well, that might get your attention. But then when you scroll on down, you'll see things like this. If you hold Jasmy Coin, you must act fast now. He tells you in this video, he's going to 100x soon. Act fast. Because his chart said it was going to break out. And guys, I know charts as well as anyone. That's only half the picture. Charts can't tell you anything that's going to happen next week, right? It can't tell you a black swan event. It can't tell you a Fed announcement. It can't tell you a new report about the economy of America or whatever. So the same guy who would have got you to FOMO in, look where he got you to FOMO in. That's literally probably the day he made that chart at the absolute peak of Jasmy, and literally a week later you're down 25%. And now that same guy's telling you jump in. Well, that was 4 days ago. Well, we're going to take a look at the charts. He's wrong again. You're even down more since he made both of those videos. Now, in his defense, he didn't know that the Japanese stock market was going to crash. But that's the point. And if you have a better strategy and you don't FOMO in, there was no reason to buy Jasmy at the top a month ago at all. Nothing was really moving. Jasmy was holding up well, but guys, there was no catalyst to think that Jasmy you had to rush in a month ago. Anyway, that's that's the rant. So the rant's over. Now let's talk real about Jasmy and where it's at. Now, when the Nikkei crashed, Jasmy, in my opinion, held up extremely well. Now, before we dive into the chart and we'll talk about where I think it is now, I want to give you some good news about Jasmy. Jasmy just got listed, bear with me, Jasmy just got listed on 2 different exchanges. Now, they're foreign exchanges, so I can't give you a lot of information because when I tried to do the research, it came up in Japanese. So I couldn't read 90%, 95% of everything I was looking at. But no matter what, anytime any project gets 2 new listings, it's bullish. Now, I'm bullish on Jasmy, extremely bullish. I always have been. But one thing you need to be aware, when you look at the chart of Jasmy, right, here's the historical, you're going to see this massive spike. And people are going to tell you, oh, Jasmy can hit a new all-time high this bull run. Guys, it's virtually impossible, no matter what anyone tells you. When Jasmy hit this spike, the tokenomics, there was only like 5%, maybe 15% tops. It's been a while since I researched that, of the supply that was out there. And now it has 10x the supply. So it's going to have to do a 10x to just keep where it's at. It's a big, big difference. And now people are starting to tell you that Jasmy is going to go to, $1 and to new all-time highs. It's going to change your life. Guys, it could do extremely well, but there will be no all-time high in this bull run for Jasmy, period. How do I know that? Well, when you do the math and toward the tokenomics, you'll see that it's not going to happen. And the market cap is starting to get big. It's over $1 billion right now. Now, could it get to 40 billion? I don't know. If it could, now pay attention to this because this is important. If it does get to 40 billion, that'd be a 40x. I don't think it can get there, but let's say realistically at 10, 15, somehow, some way, 20 billion. That's explosive. It will look like that. So If you don't have a game plan to start taking those profits along the way, the odds are, no matter how bullish you are or not so bullish on Jasmy, if you own it, when altcoin season gets here and Jasmy takes off, and I have no doubt that it will, and you're expecting it to get to $1, which is all those tell you what you want to hear uninformed people will tell you, and you don't take that profit, or you don't even start taking the profit along the way, the odds are you're going to be holding it. And here's one thing that is closest thing to a guarantee you can have in crypto, and this is not financial advice. Let's just say the end of 2026, this see what you see right here, that's going to be the price of Jasmy. It's coming back probably 93, 97%, just like the majority of projects. Now, some people say this is FUD. Why do you FUD on projects? Well, I'm not FUDing on the projects, guys. These are now commodities. Now, I just did what I think is a phenomenal video, and I'll post it at the end. Do yourself a favor and watch that video, because, you know, XRP made it pretty much clear and set the precedent that most cryptos are not securities. They're commodities. Well, I used to be a commodity trader. So the way you trade commodities is not holding them long term. I don't care what it is. You need to take profits, because commodities trade different than stocks. And for the hodlers out there that think that this tech's going to change the world, good luck. You're going to get wrecked. Out of the 2.5 million tokens out there, there's going to be 0.0001% make new all-time highs each and every bull run. If you don't believe that, go back and study history. I did another video talking about how many chains in the top 100 in 2017 made a new all-time high in 2021. It was 20 out of the top 100, and it fell down from there. Go ask the XRP, XLM, Uniswap people how that hodling work. That's how you get wrecked. Anyway, let's take a look at the chart, because the chart looks extremely well. And just like the guy that told you that followed nothing but charts, he doesn't use the fundamentals, told you that you should have bought a month ago right here. Well, now he's telling you that he told you 4 days ago you better buy this support. Well, guys, it's not crashed from that support, but it has broken structure. Now, so even, you know, I trade almost every day. Even if I'm bullish, when something breaks structure like that, you got to pay attention, because the chart's telling you it can go lower. Now, from my background for trading 30 plus years, I believe if we're lucky that this right here, this break, and is just running out the small people, because the people, for instance, that may have been following him, they got long and it pumped a little bit and they're out. They couldn't take the pain, especially the traders that trade on leverage. So I think this might, with a little bit of luck, be a fake out. Now, if you look right here, this red part, this big line, that is liquidity. And we are right at the point right now where the market makers are going to use that liquidity and probably go up and down and run stops on both ways. So you could get a lot of volatility right here. And if we go lower and say close, say down in here for like a day or two, there's nothing stopping Jasmy from going lower. The good news is, if it can trade sideways and bounce and close up above this liquidity, and I don't know if you can see this other blue line, close up above that support for a couple of days, that would be a great entry point. So if I was looking to get into Jasmy today, I wouldn't. I would just watch the chart every single day. Now, what might happen, you might come in Monday morning, today's Sunday, you might come in Monday morning and this thing spiked 10%. You're like, oh, I missed it. I knew I should have bought it. Well, it'll probably come back, guys, right? Just like if it spikes down 5% tomorrow, it's probably just another fake out. That's how market makers work. They take everybody's money, get everybody out of the market, and then they take it in the direction they want. Now, I don't even know if I showed you the Nikkei chart. I guess I did. But you know, guys, that was a huge breakdown. That was 25%. But when I look at this chart, I really believe, I mean, that is a chart that has held up. Check this out. Hold on. Well, let me show you this one. This has held up. I mean, if you look at that blue line, even though it broke structure, when you compare it to probably 90% of the projects out there, it held up a lot better. And that's something you need to consider. You know, no matter what you're looking to buy now, whatever your favorite project is, you know, I would play the probabilities. If you're looking at 5 different tokens, try to find the ones that have held up and kept its structure the best. That gives you the highest probability. Does that mean that one of the tokens that are actually trading at the all-time low for the bear market might not rip and do a 50x? Yes, but I play the probabilities, and I want people to understand that. So anyway, guys, I'm still extremely bullish for Jasmy, and I think, hear me out, you know, Japan just got rocked. That is a big deal. They had the biggest down day since 1987. Y'all probably aren't old enough to remember that, but literally in the U.S. stock market in 1987, people jumped out of the windows. It was massive. Now, when we look back today of how big it was compared to COVID and the financial crisis, I mean, that guy jumped out the window for nothing. It wasn't even remotely a big deal compared to how the world has changed and like the 9/11 events that we have now, and who knows what's coming. Anyway, if you're looking to buy Jasmy, I would recommend, it's not financial advice, keep taking a look at the chart, maybe dollar cost average in. If it breaks structure more, that's good. If you stack the first time and it runs off without you, okay, all good. There's 2.5 million different projects, and the odds are it's going to come back. I don't think the markets are going to pump extremely hard between now and the election. I hope I'm right, and I'm optimistic about September. I think September could move pretty hard off the bottom. I mean, I'll be honest. The reason I haven't done a lot of videos telling people, you know, what to buy, guys, there's hundreds of really good projects if you want to swing trade off the bottom. That being said, you know, when I see a token that maybe I own, and I own some that are down to the all-time lows, I'll give you an example. And this is not FUD, guys. This is just adult talk. This is investment talk. Quant. I love Quant. I sold my Quant about, I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago. Got a lot of hate, you know. But Quant is pushing its all-time low for this bear and bull market. Now, as a swing trade, absolutely. That's almost a no-brainer, especially if you use leverage. But why? Well, I did a video, and I didn't mean to go off topic, but this is educational. I did a video of why Quant is breaking structure, and is it going to make a new all-time high? I don't think it will. As good as the project is and good as the tokenomics are, when I did my research, there's Wall Street companies. See, Quant's mainly just software and code. Well, they're all just software and code, but especially the way the ledger works for Quant, it's literally software that just redirects all these chains and all the data from Web 2 and Web 3 and all that. Well, there's a countless amount of Wall Street firms who are entering that space competing against Quant, and guess what? No token needed, which I believe is the future. Majority of these tokens are not going to be needed. They're just mechanisms. They're just commodities to make your company or your foundation money. And guys, watch that video. I will leave a link, and keep coming back to this channel because we're going to talk about how these tokens are commodities and how that works and how they're mechanisms. There's a thing out there called atomic settlement, which JP Morgan alluded to like a year ago, year and a half ago, of where they're moving into the tokenized assets. Well, everything's going to be tokenized. Now hear me out, because atomic settlement as it sits right now is the future. Now it could change tomorrow with some new technology, but what isn't the future for the most part is a third token, right? It's redundant. So the way atomic settlement works is I tokenize my money, you tokenize your asset. If I'm going to buy you a car, you tokenize everything about that car, the title, the insurance, the history, whatever. And then we both have them tokenized and in a smart contract and like an NFT, and then it gets transferred through the ledgers. And the odds are the rails are going to be the rails of like the banks, and they're going to be guaranteed, they're going to be insured, because guys, no matter what you think, the world's not ready for decentralization. I'm not. I am not going to buy your, let's say you have a $25,000 car. I am not going to tokenize $25,000 on a decentralized DEX or rails and hit that button. And if I don't get your title and you got my money, there's nothing I can do. I can go lawyer up. That's not the future. You know, Galaxy Digital is leading the way. They already have $1 billion insurance policy when you use their ledger and their rails. And guess what, guys? Unfortunately, there's no token to invest in. You want to make money that way, you might start looking at stocks. And I hate that. But for it, as it sits now, there's still immense opportunity. But you're going to have to start getting smarter and smarter and educate yourself. And for the people that want to tell you what you want to hear and tell you these stupid numbers, unless you're extremely lucky, it's just not going to happen. Anyway, hopefully this video is a lot of alpha. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Are you stacking Jasmy? Did you take profits at Jasmy? Do you think it's going to go to $1? Do you think it's going to go to all-time highs? Look, all I want for you is to get the both sides of the story, which is what I'm doing. If you're still bullish on whatever it is and you have the understanding that's not a lie, because I promise you everything I'll tell you on this channel has merit. Now, it may not all pan out, it may not always be right, but it has merit, and I promise you it's worth taking a serious look at. Anyway, guys, I do one-on-one coaching. It's only $250 for 3 Zoom calls or phone calls. And if you need some help with your portfolio, how to compare tokens, how to dollar cost average in, how to get a game plan of taking profits, I think it'll help you out a lot, and it's great value. But whether you take me up on that or not, do yourself a favor. Get a game plan. Find some people that are going to tell you the truth. It's really simple, guys. Once you find out a few absolute facts, and then you hear people walk all over that fact, you know, just delete them. Find someone else, right? When someone tells you that a token's going to do a 100x, 1000x, and it's a top 15 token, it's virtually mathematically impossible. Delete that person. They're just clickbaiting you, getting you to come back, and they're going to wreck it. That's all I got for you guys. Let me know also what projects you want me to take a look at, because there's so many out there that are at rock bottom, and I know a lot of people are scared and worried about their tokens, and I have a handful as well for the ones that have pulled back immensely, like my HBAR bag. I'm not stacking any more HBAR. Why would I? I have a decent bag. I should have dumped it when it pushed, what, 20 cents? But quite frankly, guys, I would have sold more than half of it if I was paying attention. I just missed it. It went so fast. And I think, guys, that's what's going to happen during altcoin season. No matter what project it is, no matter how good it is, when altcoin season comes, man, this stuff's going to rip and it's going to blow you away. And I highly recommend, if you want to be in the 10% club of make money and not in the 90% that lose, look, when something does say a 3 or 4x, at least consider, it's not financial advice, pulling out your initial investment. Just think about it. If you put in $10,000, say of HBAR, on that example, I'm stacked at 4 and 5 cents. It was pushing 20 cents. If I would have took out my initial investment, I have zero risk. I'm almost guaranteed. I'm locking myself into that 10% club, right? Most people are shooting for that 1% club, and those are going to be either extremely lucky or they're going to have an immense amount of knowledge because you're competing against Wall Street, some of the biggest traders in the world, the developers that are insiders, the influencers that, wreck us all, shilling their token while they're selling. Guys, you got to spend some time, watch more videos of education and quit just trying to find people that tell you that you're still getting a Lambo, even though you're down 70% in your portfolio. It's not working. Get a game plan, take the profits, or you'll become the profits. Hit the like button. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed, do so and come back and be part of this community. Take care, guys.